What is up, guys? Frad here, and today is part 2 of our 8 video series on all of the new boss units that are gonna be introduced in the upcoming V Special Series Clan Collection Volume 1 and Volume 2. Last video we talked about Aqua Force, Angel Feather, and Bermuda Triangle, so if you missed it and you're interested in any of those 3 clans, please go check it out. As for today, we'll be looking at Dark Irregulars, Dimension Police, and Gear Chronicle. We'll be looking at the 3 new cards for each clans, and then we'll go in the top 3 format to talk about the best cards you could get your hands on to support all of these new cards. And as usual, I'll include my personal deck lists for all 3 builds at the end of this video, so stay tuned. As I mentioned in the last video, I won't include any cards that are being reprinted in this set for the sole purpose that Bushiroad gave them to us, because they are usually pretty good support around these new cards. And my goal is to help you guys know what older cards you need to make that deck even better and enjoy those fresh new builds as best as possible. And also, if your personal top 3 would be any different from mine, let me know. I'm always eager to talk Vanguard and to know what I could do to make my decks better. If you like this format, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get right into it. First up at the bat are Dark Irregulars, so let's first have a quick look at the 3 new cards we're getting for this clan. First new card is Bestial Squeezer. Her skill reads as auto: when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, cost: put a normal unit from your drop on the bottom of your deck, and you may soul charge 1. Then her auto skill: act from drop, cost: bind this unit, choose one of your rear guards and put it into your soul. The second new unit being introduced is Blaze Foresight. Its skill: auto: when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, cost: counterblast 1, choose up to 2 trigger units from your hand, put them into your soul, and draw a card for each card put. I'll be honest, he probably won't see that much play, but hey, new unit. And then our favorite edgelord coming back into the fray, Blade Wing Ragi. His new skill is act: Vanguard Circle. If your soul has 10 or less cards, cost: Soul Blast 1, choose a card from your soul and bind it face down. Then, continuous Vanguard Circle. Get all of the effects below depending on the number of face down cards in your bind zone. 5 or more, this unit gets power plus 5k, active on your opponent's turn 2. Then 7 or more, during your turn, this unit gets power plus 10k and drive plus 1. And 10 or more, during your turn, this unit gets power plus 10k, critical plus 2. And finally, auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks, if your bind zone has 15 or more face down cards, choose one of your opponent's vanguards and deal 2 damage. Ragi has been kind of controversial because his skill goes pretty much against what his whole clan has been about for the past years, where you would usually build up your soul to the size of the Babel Tower. But honestly, it's a new mechanic that this clan never had before, so that means new builds, and I'm pretty stoked about it. You can look at its skill as if every bound card necessary to trigger his different steps as 2 cards from your soul, because you need to soul blast 1 in order to bind another one from your soul. So if you want to proc its 15 blade wing skill, that's an amount of 30 cards total, but they never mentioned 30 different cards. So with Ragi, the game plan will be to recycle as much of the soul blasted cards you used for its cost in order to proc it again, and again. So our main focus with Ragi will be to put cards back from your drop zone into your soul actually. With some cards having their ability activate from your soul, you can trigger it multiple times during the game if you can keep them up in there as many times as possible. So the cards you want to bind from your soul to get those destruction wings will mostly be triggers, as they don't do much in your soul. If possible, bind triggers from your soul to activate his destructive wings, or bind units that don't really matter that much when they're in your soul, like the Monad Executioner or Succubus of Love, Pure Love, right? And with that in mind, let's look at our first top 3 card. The oldie Vrocalakis. Its skill reads Auto. When retired from Guardian Circle, you may soul charge 1. And its other skill, Auto. When it is put into your soul due to the ability of your card during your turn, one of your vanguards gets power plus 10k until end of turn. With our strategy being recycling most of our soul blasted cards back into our soul using skill from our other rear guards to put them back in, his skill will most likely proc a bunch of times. And with Ragi being our pretty much soul strong attacker, giving him a plus 10k on his multiple drives on his already existing power boosts will make him pretty threatening and hard to guard if your opponent doesn't have any sentinels in hand. And what's funny is that if you put Rokalakis multiple times into your soul in a single turn, I mean, it's not just plus 10k. You're looking at possibly plus 20k or plus 30k on your first Emblem Master call, maybe? Of course, that would depend on how many copies of it you'd want to run. And with Ragi himself being our threat for the opponent, your rear guards won't attack that much into your opponent's vanguard. I think that the game plan would probably be to swing with Ragi until your opponent lets him through, because you won't give him any other counterblasts to activate your opponent's skills. With your rear guards, you would most likely like to attack your opponent's rear guards, so Ragi would keep up with that pressure until your opponent is tired of not having any CB. And I mean, later in the game, he gets plus 2 crits, so pretty much every attack will be deadly. So yeah, that power boost that you can recycle is actually pretty useful if you want to go down that road. And now it's time for our top 2 card. Mighty Emblem Master. His skill, Continuous. Rearguard and Guardian Circle. If your soul has 7 or more cards, this unit gets plus 5k power and plus 5k shield. Then Auto, Vanguard and Rearguard Circle. When placed, cost Counterblast 1. Search your deck and drop zone for up to a total of 3 cards with the same card name as one of your units and put them into your soul. If you search to your deck, shuffle your deck. Emblem Master has always been a staple for DI since its release. Every deck runs him, and that's for a good reason. I mentioned him earlier. He will help you a lot with, yeah, sure, deck thinning if you want to touch to your deck. But if you have a decent amount of copies of Soul Blasted cards in your soul, Emblem Master is really useful in Ragi because you can recycle cards you've Soul Blasted. That way you can keep out a bit from decking out. But yeah, staples are always good. And it is time for our first number 1 of the day. Austere Hater. Its skill, Act from Soul. Cost Counterblast 1 and discard a card from your hand. Return this card to your hand and put up to 2 cards from your drop zone into your soul. Austere will finally see some play, I believe. He's so versatile in Ragi's build, and he synergizes really well with Bestial Squeezer. You have a bunch of ways to put him into your soul, thanks to her, thanks to Emblem Master. He can put your Rokalakis back into your soul if you want to use it again. If you really want that counter charge and you're missing a couple Killer Tails because you called them earlier and used their skill to fill up your soul from your drop, and you want that extra counter charge, then he can put them back in. When I said that he synergizes pretty well with Bestial Squeezer, it's that first you'll use his skill, then you'll discard Squeezer from your drop for his cost. You'll put her into your soul along with any other card, a trigger or whatever. Use Ragi's skill, Soul Blast her again, and now that Austere is back into your hand, you can use Squeezer's skill from the drop zone. So you call him, bind Squeezer, put him back into your soul, and activate his skill once again. I know it may seem as CB heavy, but Ragi doesn't use any counterblasts. So with good management and timed properly, this could rank up his destructive wings pretty fast. So yeah, for his versatility and the fact that he never was really used before and that now he can really support Ragi well, in my opinion, Austere deserves the number 1 spot on this one. And now it's Dimension Police time. Let's first have a look at all 3 new cards we got for this clan. Starting up with the great one, Dimensional Robo Die Prop. His skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, cost. Reveal a normal unit from your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck. Draw a card, and if you put a grade 3 for this cost, which you probably will do, draw a card. Then act. Rearguard Circle. Once per turn, cost Soul Blast 1, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets power plus 5k until end of turn for each force marker on your Vanguard Circle. Our new Grade 2, Dimensional Robo, Kaizard. His skill reads Auto. When this unit is rode upon by a Grade 3, cost. Discard a card from your hand, get an imaginary gift force, and put that marker on your Vanguard Circle. Then Continuous, Rearguard Circle. During your turn, if your Vanguard Circle has a force marker, this unit gets power plus 10k, and if there are 3 or more markers, it gets power plus 10k. And at long last, we got Super Dimensional Robo. Sorry for that. Its skill reads Continuous, Vanguard Circle. If this unit's power is 35k or greater, this unit gets crit plus 1. Then Auto, Vanguard Circle, Front Row, Rearguard Circle. At the end of the battle, a Grade 3 was revealed for your drive check. If your opponent called a total of 1 Sentinel to Guardian Circle for that battle, cost Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and deal a damage. At the end of that turn, if this unit is on Rearguard Circle, put this unit into your soul. Then Auto, when this unit is rode upon, call this card to your Front Row Rearguard Circle, get an imaginary gift force, and put that marker on your Vanguard Circle. Yes, Daikaiser is back and he's not here to play. It's no secret that DP's deck is filled with Grade 3s, so you'll probably run through a bunch of them, and he is an awesome first white option and an amazing rearguard support for the whole build. It's time to look at our top 3 card for Dimension Police. Oh so good Twin Order. It reads Auto, Rearguard Circle. When it boosts, one of your Vanguards gets power plus 10k until end of turn for each of your force markers. Tucked in the eye about Emblem Master being a staple for the clan, Twin Order is pretty much the same thing for DP. With a bunch of units having that power threshold to hit, including Daikaiser, it makes it so much easier with his skill. That way you can go for the Force 2 route without any worries of hitting that threshold. Kaizard pops a force marker, Daikaiser pops a force marker, Riding pops force markers as we all know. So yeah, Twin Order is pretty much one of the foundations to help this deck hit its skills. And now let's have a look at our top 2 cards. Super Dimensional Robo Dieliner. Its skill reads Continuous, Vanguard Circle. All of your Grade 3 units get shield plus 10k. Then Act, Vanguard Circle, once per turn. Cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 normal unit from among them and put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. If you revealed a Grade 3, this unit gets power plus 20k and plus 1 crit until end of turn. If Daikaiser isn't your first ride, Dieliner is pretty much your other best option. And hitting him with Rat Black, it feels really good, because you'll know that on your next turn you'll have a pretty fat defensive hand. And remember that now the heal triggers are Grade 3s. 25k shield? Let's go! He also digs into your deck to help you get pieces. If you hit Daikaiser, you can call him to Rearguard Circle. He helps you set up your future Red Black turns. And once again, if you go the Force 2 route, and that you probably hit his requirements to get that Grade 3 from your top 7 cards, and he gets that plus 20 and a crit, first Grade 3 swing at 3 criticals, and if you have a Twin Order in there, your opponent better have a PG. And now the almighty top 1 card for DP. The Invincible Ultimate Dimensional Robo Great Daiusha. Its skill reads Auto, Vanguard Circle. When placed, 3 of your front row units get power plus 10k until end of turn. Then its auto skill, Auto, from hand. At the end of the battle that your Grade 3 Vanguard attacked, if that unit's power is 45k or greater, and it was not placed this turn, cost Counterblast 1, write this card as stand, and it gets power plus 10k until end of turn. This one makes the VR protection clause kinda hurt. With all of the new adds of force marker spamming that we brought up, Thanks to Kaisard and Dai Kaiser himself, with Twin Order, hitting Great Dayusha's skill has never been easier. And also, if your opponent didn't see you hit Great Dayusha at some point in the game and he doesn't know you have him in hand, this is a monstrous attack that your opponent didn't account for. I mean, if you're on Red Black, your opponent knows for sure that you'll have an extra ride during the battle phase, and he's gonna take that into account when making his plans on guarding your attacks this turn. But as I said, if he didn't see Great Dayusha and you're on Dai Kaiser, his hand will go bankrupt. So with Great Dayusha taking the #1 spot for DP, let's now move on to Gear Chronicle. Let's have a look at the new cards. Steam Scara Ragi. Her skill reads auto. When this card is discarded from hand during your turn, you may call this card to rearguard circle as rest. Then auto, rearguard circle. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks cost Soul Blast 1 and retire this unit, draw a card, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets power plus 5k until end of turn. I'll have to admit though, her art might be pretty, but Tigar is still better than her in this deck in particular. On the other hand, we have the amazing grade 2 Steam Knight Caliban. Its skill reads auto, rearguard circle. At the end of the battle this unit attacked, cost Counterblast 1 and bind this unit, choose one of any player's rearguards and they put it on the bottom of their deck. If a grade 2 or greater card was put on the bottom of the deck, you choose up to one normal unit with the same grade -1 as that card from your drop and put it into your hand. If a grade 1 or less card was put on the bottom of the deck, you draw a card and counter charge 1. And then comes the almighty grade 4 Interdimensional Dragon Chronos Command Dragon. Its skill reads auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1 and discard a card from your hand. Put all of your rearguards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose any number of cards among them, call them to Rearguard Circle, and shuffle your deck. Then auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, your opponent puts all of their rearguards on the bottom of their deck in any order. I'll have to be honest, Chronos Command will probably not be the main bust unit of this Gear Chronicle deck, but you definitely want to have him in your deck list. I mean, if your hand is crap, he's an amazing reset for you. And seeing how Gear Chronicle acts kind of toolbox-ish with its grade 4 now that it has more targets, he's a great addition to their arsenal. As these new cards might not bring a whole new deck build for Gear Chronicle, I will tell you about the top 3 cards you need to have if you plan on building a Gear Chronicle deck following Clan Collection's release. Starting off with our top 3 card, the main grade 4 Chrono Dragon Next Stage. Its skill reads auto, Vanguard Circle. At the end of the battle that it attacked a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, if your soul has a Chronojet Dragon, cost, discard 2 cards from your hand, retire this unit, ride a Chronojet Dragon from your soul as stand, and until end of turn that unit gets power plus 15k and you cannot ride. So next stage is still the main grade 4 for this deck. I know we're supposed to talk about support cards for these new boss units, but it's pretty much the other way around for this one. Chronos Command is pretty much a support card for our already existing boss unit. So yeah, if you want to go the Gear Chronicle route, next stage is a must-have, as he is the powerhouse of this deck. And moving on to top 2, Steam Maiden Rebel. Her skill auto, when this card is discarded from your hand during your turn, cost Soul Blast 1, call this card to Rearguard Circle, and this unit gets power plus 5k until end of turn. Then cost, put a normal unit from your drop zone on the bottom of your deck and draw a card. It's no secret, Rebel is one of the best cards in Gear Chronicle. As you've seen with next stage that discards card for its cost during the battle phase, she then can proc her skill from drop zone if you did discard her for its cost, call her on your Rearguard Circle, have another multi-attack. Since it's a force deck, she will hit the numbers, don't worry, and then she'll also allow you to recycle your grade 4s that are now into your drop zone back to the bottom of your deck. Rebel is a deadly versatile weapon when in the correct hands and used properly. So if you want to build Gear Chronicle because Chronos Command looks badass, Rebel is your must-have girl. But speaking of must-haves, our top 1 won't come as any surprise at all. Chronojet Dragon is skill, act, Vanguard Circle cost. Discard one or more cards with the sum of their grades being 3 or greater from your hand. Search your deck for up to one grade 4 card, write it as stand, and shuffle your deck. At the end of the turn, retire that unit and write a grade 3 card from your soul as rest. Then auto, Vanguard and Rearguard Circle. When it attacks, cost counterblast 1, and until end of that battle, this unit gets power plus 5k, and your opponent cannot call Sentinels from his or her hand. I mean, obviously, you need Chronojet Dragon. I mean, he's literally the Charizard of the deck that evolves into multiple Mega Charizards. It's pretty simple. If you don't have Chronojet Dragon, you cannot build this deck. So for that sole reason, he's our top one, because he's the definition of a must-have. Well, that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel. And as usual, my personal deck list for all 3 of these clans are coming up just right now, in a few seconds. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.